it's like the tsunami that came in from the 80s to the 90s.
Okay.
You know, when 80s it was pop.
Okay.
90s R&B came.
Okay.
So by the year 2000, you now switched to a different genre of music. You know, now it's you now tend to swing. Then now it now moved on now to trap. It's the same thing with the Nigerian entertainment sector. There's been a huge revolution, you know, that has come on, that has swept up everywhere, even in the comedy industry. Comedy is not the same thing as it used to be. Up until 2020, we all did not know it was going to be like this.
Yeah, many people didn't see
You know,
coming. Yeah.
COVID was what just turned everything around. Before 2020, we still were saying, okay, you know, I think we can do some of these things that we are doing the same way we used to do them, and so on and so forth. But as soon as COVID hit and everybody had to stay at home, and then a better part of the Nigerian population now, the youthful population, people who are less than 30 downwards, I consider about 65 to 68% of the Nigerian population. Their thinking, their mentality, their approach to life is different. And they are being led by a group of people called the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
So while they were at home in 2020, they sought solace in a new type of entertainment from our side, you know, comedy, which was skit making. And they embraced it and they pushed it. And a lot of those boys are dogged. You know, some of us, like I am one of the people who revolutionized skit making. You know, both on DSTV and, you know, I was one of the, I think, in fact, it's on record I'm the first guy to put skit making on DSTV. When I was commissioned in, was it 2010? Yeah, by DSTV to do 100 and something skits for them. Before then, I started doing skits from 2000 and, was it 2 or 3? I started doing little skits. By the time it was like 2006, 7, I started moving up and down from station to station. You know, a lot of our local stations, let me not call them local, let me call them homegrown stations. You know, to introduce the ideas of putting skits on their TV. They couldn't. It was difficult for them to understand the idea. You know, I went through the script, I went to do pitching and so on and so forth, just to describe to them this thing, how it was going to be. You know, there are small, short, 3 to 5 minutes acting or funny stuff. And also, they had it, but they didn't see how it could add value, how it could, you know, it was more of music, this, that. If it wants to be comedy, let it be the ones you guys stand and talk, and, you know, that was it for them. So they didn't understand. Not until when I met DSTV in 2008, they took us to Kenya to perform, Mombasa, Kenya. And then I met the head of productions for DSTV. And in 5 minutes, I just sat down and pitched the idea. It blew her mind. She said, I like this. I like this. I think this should work very well for DSTV. It took me 2 years to pursue her, to get her to sign it up. And as then they were introducing African Magic. She said, okay, instead of us playing music in between breaks, I think this your stuff will work well. You know, people will want to laugh and so on, so skits and so. Well, go and do it for us. So I went on, and in 3-4 months, I first shot 75. Then I went on again and shot another 35 for them. And from 2011, December 2011 or so, to 2014, they played it on their stations. They played every day. You know, as at that time, there was no online. When did TikTok start? When did Instagram start? When did all of these things start? So it wasn't there then. But we had always done that. We had always seen the big picture. But for some of us, we didn't even see it past YouTube. You know? Yes, we had seen it up to that. And then Instagram came first, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. It was hard to make people. But once COVID came and everybody was grounded, nobody could go to shows. Nobody could go to the cinemas. So everybody's attention had to be online. For some of us who could have gravitated and could have partnered and brought these young people into our folds to teach us, we knew the talent. I know how to shoot skits. If you tell me now we should shoot something here now, I can tell you, okay, Oga, you come into camera like this, and maybe I'll wear this lapel mic, I will say this. I know how to do that. But I don't know how to promote. In fact, I had to go and do a postgraduate and then an MBA in digital marketing to understand. Then I had to do another course again in influential marketing last year, just to understand the algorithm of how these things work with them. And then these guys got it in, took it to another level, pushed it, and they are making killers of money. And everybody's gravitated towards that one. So for every 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people you are trying to appeal to with your stand-up comedy, they are getting millions of people to follow them, to like what they are doing. And people are seeing that as the new phase, as the new market. You know, so there is a drastic change. There's a wind that is blowing. And it is such that I have sat down with some of these guys because it's a project that I'm doing where I've had to talk to about 13 of them, of these content makers. And I didn't talk to them behind closed doors. I went to their places. The things that we have not achieved from entertainment doing this over going to 3 decades, these guys have achieved in 2 years. Because the numbers are crazy online. This one, there's no Joro there. If you hit 2 million views online, you will bring that calculator. You know how much click per view is, how much each person that has watched it, you calculate it there and it's in dollars. At the end of the month, it must enter. Now talk of, you have that for TikTok, you have that for YouTube, you have that for Facebook. Facebook is, in fact, it wasn't until last year I got to know that Facebook was paying. When boys who are under me had bought houses and cars, I just see that the way they spend money. I say, what is going on? They say, Baba, our Facebook money. I say, Facebook they pay. Say, Jesus, Baba, you don't know say Facebook they pay? I say, I don't know. I don't know if you say Facebook they pay. That's when I even had to go back to school to go and learn this thing. So the world is changing. It's taking a drastic change. And as I and you talk now, within the last 3 months, there has been another change that is even going to be bigger than what I and you are seeing. And that is the introduction of artificial intelligence.
Okay, yeah.
I have sat down and I have gone through some AI apps. And I am afraid for man. I am afraid for people who work. You know, you have been a seasoned journalist, you know, for close to 4 decades, sir. You've been doing this. Look at your office. See the books. See the files. See the paper. See. These are probably interviews that are about to go out of people that you have done. You know, we are used to the manual, the analog type. It's the same thing with me. I have to write, I have to script, even with our material, even with our jokes, I have to put them down, do this, do that, blah, 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 and all of this. Sir, do you know that with AI, I can bring in an 18-year-old kid into this place, make him study journalism under AI in 4 days, and these guys will be writing captions, writing news stories. You will be shocked. If you doubt me today, we will bet as a test, and you'll be shocked. And I'll give an example. I was studying AI, and there's an app that I got. It's an app for AI for lawyers. So I got it.
Yeah, for lawyers.
For lawyers. And, you know, I had some cases I was dealing with. All these lawyers, you know how they are. Despite the fact that, you know, you pay a retainer fee every year, you want to prepare a document or so. That's why when people say, this also the but sue them, so they don't know, they know what it takes to sue somebody. I have sued somebody before. I sued the person. When the process and the court, everything show me pepper. Now me call the person because me and him were going to court. The problems of paperwork and now me call him, he call me. Both of us meet for one bar somewhere. Oh boy, this quarrel no go take us anywhere. You dey spend money, I dey spend money. At the end of the day, they just say, John, come tomorrow, come next month, come. Baba, this thing when you go give me, no, we just settle the whole thing. Anytime you go, no, we settle that, there's no need. No, that's the crazy thing about it. And so for every time, before you push the lawyer, I'm at a case, I'm in court, I'm in this, just to prepare a document. So I just studied how to use AI lawyer. The moment I'm able to jot down what I want to put it, and I arranged it into that AI app, it will write everything. By the time he writes it and the rest, I put it on my letterhead or whatever I want to prepare it as a document. I'll send it to my lawyer. Please, help me check whether there's any mistake. The guy had to call me. After when I send the first two to you, call me and say, Edmo, what's going on? Lawyer, have you gone to, did you go and study law? Because you, small thing, you don't go study one thing. What's going on? This draft is so perfect. Are you saying you're the one that wrote this? I said, I'm doing that. No. I couldn't have done any better. He said, there's nothing to correct, not even comma or full stop. I don't understand what's going on. And when I forward those things, the people who receive them professionally see them and they're like, wow, there are AI apps that can generate contracts for you, AI apps that do voiceover. That's why if I'm on social media and you post anything now, I find it difficult to believe anything until I receive 150% clarity. If I cannot reach the source direct or reach a source that is very close to that source, I will not believe it. Because there is AI voice. All I need to do, sir, is to talk to you. All you need to just say, my brother, how are you doing? If you say that, I record it. I put it inside AI voice. I can say one thing, type one thing, say, Mr. Sheyekende, please do AI voice of Mr. Sheyekende talking to a lady saying that he's going to sleep with her for 2,000 naira. And this is that. I'll put it there. And it will generate your voice. Even generate the lady's voice as if you are the one talking to her. And I will put it out there. And say, you see what will they talk? That is how perfect artificial intelligence is. And I've been studying. It's not what I've been told. It's what, when I saw an AI app that shoots a movie, I screamed. I wanted to do a series. I got a writer. The guy was doing me like this. I paid him some money. He was pushing me up and down, down and up. I sat down. I brought AI script writer. I put the idea. I said, write me 3 episodes. I put it there. The team brought out the 3 episodes. When I first read it, I thought I was just impressed because I like AI. So I took it, I sent it to the director. The guy, you know what he said? He just sent me a message. He said, this is your guy, where write this thing. You will write something for me too. So that's where the world is also advancing to next now, after all of this. So there's a transiting world that we are all pursuing, that we are all trying to gravitate into. It's the same thing in the media space. It's even the same thing in politics. You see a lot of young people coming out saying, the landscape, the political landscape of this country, we need to go to this side, we need to go. There's a drastic change. And unlike in our time, it's faster now. I was telling somebody that time, I said, take for example, look at those times when you sit at home, when I was seeing people in Comium, when you guys wrote myself and a few of my colleagues being the promising comedians of the future. People had to wait 1 week to read it because it was a weekly thing. So meaning that whatever you read now, you have to wait till next Friday to authenticate it, to read it. So even when you read it then, you have to now wait till another week. So it's that story, that news is what is still in your mind to process. Think of 24 hours in a day times 7. But now, I and you can be talking here. He's recording this thing. And true time, or what they call a quick time or real time. Now, millions of people are seeing this thing live and giving instant judgment. I was telling people, I said, before Nice did Gongwa song video, the song was on for more than 2 years. Raining everywhere. Everywhere, got people were, when is the video going to come? Let's just be enjoying the song. Let's just be enjoying the song. Before the video finally, it was those days. Terry D would do a song for 9 months, 1 year. The song is still being played every nice video. Now, you do a song this Friday. By Monday, another song has kicked it out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you'll be having headache when you hear these songs now, because you are hearing one song now, in 2-3 days, they've moved on to another artist. You've not even promoted the song. You know, and those days when you take CDs, you know, we did a lot of sacrifice. We go to TV station, radio station, go and play, do interview, do this, do that. These days you just sit down, you do the song, you post it on streaming platforms. Those days then, we had to pay for promotion. These days, despite the fact that promotion online on these platforms are free, they also pay you back for people listening to your songs. Who paid you for people to listen to your songs back then? Think of the number of places you have to go to. So it's a drastic change in the world that is catching up.
But what's your own attitude to all of this? What do you make of it?
I love it. Okay. Honestly, I love it. It's a mixed feeling for me, because where the problem is now is that we need for authenticity doesn't last now. It's not appreciated over a period of time. It's just like the way in which movies come out. You know, I sat down the other day and I was watching AMVCA, and when I saw the categories of best movie, I had watched all except Breath of Life. And I said, all these movies are great movies. But I almost did not remember them because there are too many movies being churned out. How can I keep up? Those days, a movie wants to come out. The process of the anticipation to even wait alone, then, and then you see it, and then you're able to digest it. But these days, you are watching Funke's film in the morning, Tony's film in the afternoon, you are watching AY's film in the evening, the next morning, so it's a lot. It's a lot, because the process to getting these things done is a little bit more flexible. If you see now, because people cannot afford to do cinema films, I was telling them when the whole cinema culture came, I said this culture might not last more than 10 years. Somebody said, why? Cinema? I said, no. I said, cinema has already been there, but this is just a reboom. I said, wait until when the whole online thing catches up. Now, for cinema, you take a film to the cinema now, you make money.
Yeah.
What people don't understand, all this money they hear, is a 3-way sharing formula. Cinema takes 1/3, you, the owner of the film, takes 1/3, the government takes 1/3.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I've done film for cinema. I've put it. And that's how I was paid. It's a laid down rule. The cinema must take 1/3, you, the owner of the film, will take 1/3, the government will take 1/3. So, how are people be able to go around this now? All the people who used to do films for cinema and the rest, they're not going to go and open their TV on YouTube. This TV, Rose Kadiri TV, Omoni Obodi TV, AY TV, this one TV. So now, what they do now is that they're tuning down numbers. They don't need to spend that much. The kind of quality, cinema wants this. No, this one they do it according, because once people can sit down and watch it, the moment you can make them laugh or make them cry, they are okay. So now they spend less, put it there. All the money is coming. YouTube, once you hit a particular number, the money is coming directly to you. Case closed. So it's a heavy change that is going on. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with it. But I am praying that we as old school people, as they say, are able to catch up. And I think it's a function of society. And I'll break this down for you, sir, before you go on to the next question. One of the Asian countries, I don't know whether it was Singapore or Malaysia, their house, their House of Rep or Senate, alongside their president, came out to bring out a law. And what is that law? They said that they are giving scholarships to their citizens who are 40 years and above. Scholarship free. Once you are 40 and above, they are giving you a scholarship to come back to school to study artificial intelligence. Now, they said because with the way the world is swinging by with AI, that they don't want the thinking mentality or the productivity of their citizens who are 20 to 40 and 40 and above to be at par. They know that those ones, they can quickly, my son, for example, he edits my stuff, anything I want to do. If I want to get any video, if I want to get any video from online or this, while I'm battling, how do I download this? How do I this? My son picks up my phone, 2-3 minutes. That's good. He has put it, posted it, edited it, CapCut, do all of this, put it up. Piam. So when I say, why have you not downloaded that video? So I've posted it. Posted what? By the time I check it, from video to boosting the quality to caption to everything, he has done it and he has posted it. And they do it and they just act like they didn't do anything and just walks away. And I'll sit down and be thinking, oh, is this my life? How will this boy now be, what is this? So, the only thing that makes me more intelligent or bigger than him is because I'm paying school fees and I'm older. So, countries like Singapore, all those countries, they've realized, they say free, whether it's diploma, whether it's degree, up to masters, they are giving them free scholarship, 40 and above, to go back to school and study, refresh in any profession that you like. But it must be from the angle of artificial intelligence because they don't want the world to leave them behind. And an educated citizen, an educated populace is the one that brings development to any country.
Yeah.
While these people are thinking about this and doing this, they are giving 90 million for Hajj, 90 billion for Hajj. We are giving 90 billion for Hajj. Hajj are people will go once. Anywhere you pray to God, anywhere God answers. Anywhere. If I enter into, sit down on that floor now, cry to God, God will bless me. But 90 billion. Imagine introducing that type of thing to a country like Nigeria that already has some of the most intelligent people in the world. Sir, you see these people that are sitting down here.
Yeah.
If you go and meet them now and tell them, you come and study, you learn this thing better, blah, blah, blah. Come here tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. By 6:30, you'll be waiting here. They will dress well, they'll be waiting. They will be waiting. Oh yeah, let's study it. So those are the things we're supposed to be thinking of in order to further our knowledge. So
are you happy with the state of the comedy business today?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Said all of this.
Yes, I am. I am very, very happy. I'm happy. I'm happy at the way content creation is evolving. There are just some things that I think that people like myself, people from my generation can do. Because, saying a person wey not see food, whatever, never see food chop, now you go talk say which day. It's hard now for you to see a big man crying that they are pressing his neck. Who is pressing his neck? He's AC. He wants to chop this, he has eaten. He wants to drive this car. He will not believe it. If you come to his place and come and tell him, Baba, I had one dream, or I want that. Some people are coming to come and press your day. You say, my brother, it's poverty that is worrying you. Take this money. So the only thing that I'm happy at it, the only thing that we need to do for people in my generation is that there needs to be a huge collaborative effort with these young guys. As much as I love what they are doing, I am still of the opinion that the OGs are still the most talented because they blossomed in the time of hardship. The first many years of doing this, I didn't get a penny paid from doing this. Unlike people who come into the business now, from the first day, they started to hide the money. From the first day, they started to give bill. They started to give billing. I remember I was doing this in school. I left school. I graduated. I was working there. I would leave the oil company and go and shoot comedy TV programs during break time. I was in NNPC. I will leave. Break time that time was from 12 to 2:30. At times 12 to 2. I will leave once it's 5 minutes to 12. I will leave Ikoyi Falomo where the office is. If I don't see boss on time, I will charter Okada from there to Palm Grove here to come and shoot at Circle of Stars for NBI. I will come, get there, shoot in front of the live audience, do my thing. If I come out, I don't see Obalende from Obalende to Ikoyi. If I don't see, I will carry bike, risk my life, just because I wanted to maintain, and I wasn't being paid. I was never paid for doing all of this. And when I made up my mind I was going to leave work to do this full time, for the first 18 months, going to 2 years after I left work, I was not paid a dime for doing comedy.
So why did you leave? What made you leave? What was it?
Passion. The passion was too much. Everything I got, everything I did, working in the oil sector, working there, was because I could use humor to get it. In offices where people walk into, and it takes them 4 or 5 days to get those things, I'll get it done in 1 hour. My job, part of my job description then was I had to take files to the Navy, and these files, because in NNPC, there are other oil companies who have to take their ships to go and get crude at the sea. All authorization must go through NNPC. So for their ships to go and bet and lift crude oil, they have to do the paperwork via NNPC. NNPC has to certify this thing, get all that they want from the payment and the rest, send it to Navy. Navy will now send code to their people on the sea to say so ship, allow them to collect crude oil. If that authorization, those documents, Navy do not get them and send the codes to their people, they will shoot any ship they see. That means you are coming to come and steal crude. If those things were not available, anybody that can buy a ship tomorrow will take it to where they are going and pick crude. So my job was to take those documents from NNPC to Navy to make sure that they certify those documents and send the code for those people to collect the ship. If they have to do it on their own, it can take 5 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. I get it done in 1 hour, 1.5 hours. I was the one, just because I was a comedian. Naval officers love to laugh. Military officers, they like fun. They like fun. So the minute I get to the office, then the lieutenant commander, and then the biggest man, captain, I first get there. Once I first, the lieutenant commander says, where's that stupid boy? Come inside the office. People are waiting there. Come here. Come here. Once I get there, what did they happen to them? Just me. I said, okay. You see, yesterday, we love. Come. Okay, this way the boy don't start again. Let me tell you what happened. That's the commander. Enter. That was it. Tell me what's going on. I will tell you the same thing. That one we love. That one will say, no. Captain has to hear of this. They panic to hear of this. So what's the captain? What's that? Sir, what's that? Okay, you get one funny thing you need to hear. This boy, that will say this stupid boy. This boy has come again. Okay, you need to hear the come to them. The same two of them will still follow me. The man will start, say the thing. And the man will laugh. Say this boy. No. We are useless boy. When I bring drink for him, give him something. He carry fire, come up. They say I carry fire. Authorize fire. You must come here next tomorrow. I'll say, next tomorrow I don't have fire. Find a fire, bring it. Come and tell me what's going on next tomorrow. I'll say, no problem. So when I go out, people who have been there since morning, they've been there since 9 a.m. sitting down. This boy just walk out. This young boy. These are big men. Some of them directors, managers in oil companies. So 1 or 2 of them will now follow. I said, talk to my madam. My madam says she's the one that sent me. They now call, madam, how is this boy? I said, I don't know. Okay, madam, you know what we'll do? We'll come to your office. Come carry our affair I give you. Make him they carry me. So I had a very important job description aside, imputing data, because I studied maths and statistics for my first degree. So, but my love, as at the time I left the oil company to do comedy fully.
Okay.
That was 2002. It wasn't something, I couldn't do comedy halfway.
Yeah.
One thing had to give, because it was, do not forget, sir, as at the time I entered into the comedy industry in the late 90s, I think it was in the 90s, I started going to shows. The first time I ever went to go and see a comedy show was T.A.'s Live and Naked in Unilag. I think it was 95. That was when I had made up my mind. I loved it, because I was already a 100 level student going to my 200 level, in school then. So I went to see T.A.'s Live and Naked, and I loved it. That was when I made up my mind, and I started, doing those little things in my department, in school, up and down. So it wasn't until 97, 98 I said, no, this is it, full time. So as at that time, when I was entering the comedy industry, there were only a handful of comedians. All the comedians I knew were no more than 15 that were doing it. And it was a profession we all saw a future for. They were not much. I had the people who I had seen or had known that were doing it were no more than Mohamed Danjuma, Ali Baba, Oke Bakassi, T.A., Julius Agu, Basosh Taria, Yibo Koko, then Basket Mouth, I Go Die. There's a guy called Alhaji Sabon Geri. There's a guy called OJ. Basket Mouth, I Go Die. Teju Babyface, who was my friend. All of us started at the same time. Teju Babyface, Basket Mouth, the three of us. Teju Babyface, then Holy Malam, and then I think Clint the Drunk, Gandoki, then maybe Kofi and the Don. So we all knew it was a small circle. It wasn't bigger than this. It wasn't big, it wasn't that large. And what we had in mind was that, okay, we're going to push this industry to the height of it. We're going to make it big. Let us continue to just do our thing. So it needed 100% concentration. There was nobody then who was doing it as part-time. It was a full-fledged profession for us. Even though the money, I remember the very first time I was paid, I had left the oil company. I was doing this thing for 18 months. First payment was a bag of rice. A bag of rice. That bag of rice, you know when you have been doing something for 18 months and people are like, this one is just a failure. I don't know, because you couldn't come out then and say outright that you were a comedian. To my parents, I was unemployed. I was a lazy person who decided to leave work and just sit down and say he's doing comedy. They didn't understand because then they didn't see it as, they saw it as jesting. This guy just decided to, with all the school, all the intelligence, decided to be a jester. That's what they had in mind. So when I brought that first bag of rice home, and said this was, I remember the carrying it then, big on top of Okada, carrying the rice and getting home and carrying the thing down. It was as if they'd be waiting for me. The way they shared that rice, all the people around me, the way they shared, the ones that took delicacies, the ones that took cup, the ones that, I was just happy that at least I could bring something home. I remember the very first wedding I was paid for 750 naira. 750. It was as if I had won a jackpot. I went somewhere, I ate turkey, rice, sponsored myself, enjoyed. Like, yes, finally, it's paying off. Something is coming. So that was it. It had to take 100% sacrifice. It wasn't something like, if I had done it 50-50, I would have fell off a long time ago, because I would have been persuaded by the money that comes from the oil industry, and that would have taken a whole part of me. I remember some of my colleagues started together then, like Alhaji Sabon Geri, we started together. He was doing part-time as a comedian and part-time as a quantity surveyor. But when there wasn't money from comedy and the quantity surveyor was paying him, he veered off. And many years later, after like 12 years of doing that, he came back and said, I wish I had done this. My heart is here. But by then, it's almost too late to be able to catch up. So that was a sacrifice I had to make.
So what are the things you do now? What have you?
I do so many things.
Okay, tell us a bit about.
Yeah. First, there's a project I'm currently doing now. One, I have a consultancy company that some people don't know about. There are some people who are problem solvers.
Okay.
And it wasn't until like 3-4 years ago that I got to discover that you can make money from solving people's problems. All you need to do is to charge them a finder's fee. Some people have money, they have problems, but they don't know people, they don't know who to talk to. And they don't know how to get those problems solved. And the problem is in different areas, from education to agriculture to this. So I am that middleman who they come to. I have a company called Ideas Firm. They come and meet you and say, I want to do this, I want to take it to the next level. How do you think we should go ahead and do this? From people who want to open NGOs to some people who want to start businesses abroad to, so my many years of connections and knowledge and so on and so forth has placed me in a position to be able to solve those problems. I'm also indirect, either as associate producer or as producer, but I'm not sometimes executive producers of some of the projects that you see out there, not director, so I'm the man behind. So by the time those things are sold and the rest, I always get a commission and I get money from just, if I'm an associate producer of a particular project. Now my work is to see that the project goes through proper hands from the beginning to the end, right from pre-production, production meetings to scripting, to all of those things, to script reading, to checking of venues, location recce, to getting everything in place, to the production itself, and then the problems of post-production. So a lot of people don't also know that. I give you an example. I have it might not be a big degree, it's a certificate. I have a certificate in filmmaking. I also have another one in documentary filmmaking. People don't know that. I have all of that. I have read some other things. I have another certificate in criminology. I have the degree in digital marketing. That one is an MBA. Then I have another one in influential marketing. So all of these things is knowledge. There are some of us, when people are sleeping, people cannot sleep, call us at night and say, I have this problem, I have this, and then we charge a finder's fee, 10%, 8%, the bigger the problem, the more money we make. I'm also working on some projects currently working on a very, very, very good documentary currently that is going to come out later in the year. That's a major project for me that I'm currently working on. So aside that,
you don't do skits.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I had to pause. I paused. I think I've taken like a 7-month break now from skit making because it was taking my time. I do the last set of skits that I did were skits for product push. There are some companies who call me and say, we want to push product, please help us. So from conceptualization to character creation I do those things for them, and then they say, okay, let's sign you for a 6 months deal. You just be giving us 2 skits every month to push this product, I'll show you 1 or 2 of them, to push this product, to do this, to do that, to do. So all those things are money on the side. But as I speak to you now, I have written about 30 skits that I'm about to start shooting from this week. I need to flood the market. Then the ones that I did since many years ago, I'm still releasing them. 100 and something skits, it's not easy. I've not released up to half of them. And when I shot them then, I shot them with very soft. When you want to do something for Mnet, it has to be at the top. As at that time, I shot it with Sony BMW EX3. Number 1 camera for shooting major films, what I use. So now, those skits that I shot then, even have better qualities than what they are shooting now. And that time, because Mnet will not just commission you for a project. No, you have to go through some small training. So they taught me from how to produce. They taught me how to go through editing, how to create your own original soundtracks for films, the kind of frames, how to edit, montage, all of those things. So that's why all those things that I did then are still relevant to put online now. But I'm going to start shooting some new, because the kind of money, and part of why I want to start shooting skits from next week is because we had a problem with monetization of skits. Nigeria was not one of the eligible countries to get money. You have to now get somebody abroad who you either send your skits to post via there on your page. You make that person an admin of your page. And that person will be collecting 20% or 25% of everything that you make. Now you are not at the mercy of that person, because the person is making more money than you. And why do I say that? The person who is posting there has like 10 content creators under him. 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. If you have 10,000 followers, this man has 1 million followers. How does he want to answer you? You'll be pursuing him for 1 month to post one skit. If this man just flash alone, he will call the man back. Because he knows that if he posts this man's skit, 1 million people will see it. For his 25%, that's bigger money. Your own 10,000 people that will see it, for his own 25%, that's small money. So we had a lot of that problem. But now that the president has signed with Meta to say that from June 1st, Nigeria is going to be one of the eligible countries, because of that just shows you how big the content making industry has become. So because the president said that, now a lot of us are going to jump on that bandwagon. All of us. We are all going to be making content. In fact, every time you see me next, you see somebody holding camera like this following me. Everything I be content. I want to ask somebody question. Somebody will video in it. Everything now is what we're going to use to do content. I told my family. In fact, like yesterday, there's a film video I called my wife. I said, you and your 2 children, all of you must learn how to shoot film. Come and see the videos. We sat down. This is how to shoot close-up shot. This is how to shoot wide angle. Right. This is how to shoot reverse. This is the mood you use in shooting this. This is my wife say, I say yes, because she can hold camera. She likes all these things. All of us. So that there's no excuse. This person is not there house, you handle camera, shoot me. But the same thing for you. In fact, for every time you are coming to this office now, once motor have parked, like this, call them from inside motor. As you are putting your leg out of your car like this, your leg is just landing. Once your leg touches the floor, let them put effect on it. You come down from the car, your waka like this, let it turn to slow motion as you are walking into the office. As you are walking, where city people is, walk past it. Let your body look as if your body is writing with city people. You go in, put one voiceover. There is no people without city people. Put it out there. That's what the world wants. The world wants show off. This world, the new social media world, does not like humble people. It does not like humble people. Before you know it, it will grow. See a lot of your understudies, a lot of people left under you. See what they become because of the digital space. Because they were able to embrace it quickly. You are still the traditional go-to person. You laid the foundation. Yourself, excellence, global excellence, and encomium laid the foundation for this type of news reporting. What you are doing now is what Instant Blog, Tunde Ednot, all those people are doing. The only difference is that yours had decorum. You knew when not to put that. That's the only problem I have with social media. It's becoming very offensive. It's becoming above the line. People think that the best way to get traffic, to get traction, is by putting out a lot of unverified and fake stuff. As an elder, I cannot do that. That is wrong. That's absolutely wrong. But these people have no mercy. What they want to eat is what is paramount on their mind. So they can turn anything. You don't wake up one day, you say, I saw this man's wife with this man at so hotel on a Monday morning. It can be mentally damaging. Because now, how do I convince millions of people? How do I convince 10 million people who have seen this on the digital space and what you are saying is a lie? That on Monday morning, myself and my wife were together. Because bad news spreads easily. So am I now going to sit down in all of my glory, the kind of person that I am, and start doing a press conference to address people who I'm not even supposed to talk to address them and debunk a personal information on my family that doesn't concern me? If you don't do it, it's a problem. If you do it, it's a problem. So what's the best thing for me to do? I get the hands of the law, get police, get one report, and start to track that person down. And by the time they finally get that person, the person will say, please don't be annoyed. I was trying to build up my page. It's just to attract followers. And you'll be shocked, sir, that in the comment space, 60% of the people will say, Oga, leave him now. If he were your younger brother, you go kill him. But Chebina food they find. You don't make him already now. Hunger, they will not start blaming Tinubu. Who the thing does not concern? If Tinubu had given the man work, will he be going up and down spreading fake news? No. The destruction that is associated with it has caused it. And these things go to store in SEO, search engine optimization. When you go to Google and you type that person's name, because of how big that information is when it was spread out, that's the first thing you see attached to that person's name in Google. And people don't know what it does to the person's credibility. You know, the world has become global. The person might have an appointment somewhere, might be going somewhere, might be, they say, let's find out about this person. Even not the embassy here, American embassy here. You want to go there and apply for a visa. You say, what's your name? Okay. Enter. And the first thing that they are seeing on Google is that you snatch somebody's wife. You say, this one go our country. All these are women there where they say, before you say hello, they don't follow you. This one go scatter, you go impregnate like 200 women, form your own local government. For that side, they will not give them for something that you do not have a hand in. So that's a negative part. It's the same thing. What you're doing now is not all the instant blogs. Do you know how much they charge for one post? The smallest of them charges 200 to 250. Some charge as many as 450. There's one of these online people who I heard, and it was on great information because from somebody who's very close to him, that the least he gets a day is between 15 and 20 people. We beg him. Some people will come and say, how much do you charge? He says 350 to post per day. If I give you 450, will you post it today? I say, no. I have like 4 other people that have not posted today. What will it cost for you to post my own in the next 30 minutes? Bring 600. Okay, send me your account number. Okay. Giving him that to post. How much are they paying for adverts to put on city people on that you're going to use ink to print and all of these things? So it's the same thing. It's just that they have brought, and these people, they're not journalists. When you read some of their captions, you feel like throwing up. The same people who paid them money to post those things, we still call them with respect. Instant blog. I've seen that your job. Thank you so much. I've seen it. But please, madam, I have small problem. In that caption you wrote, please, I know you are busy now. I'm begging you, I know, please. That caption, can you just change it? I can even sense what you can put as caption. That caption make it look controversial. Someone, please, don't be annoyed that I'm giving you wahala. But sir, you, who is a professional journalist, who writes caption for a living, just try and not put one comma or full stop in one of your captions and see them send you one stinker. It's just a new world that we are in. So it's evolving. I like the way it's evolving. I will catch up. You can't you can't be a champion forever. But you can be a friend to the next champion and continue to expand your legacy. Because at the end of the day, that is what every man will be known for. I keep telling people, nobody is going to know you for how much you have. You are the richest man today. Were you the richest 5 years ago? Were you the richest 10 years ago? When people talk about MKO Abiola, the first thing that comes to their mind is June 12th. Not his money. He was meant to be president. He fought, is the face of democracy, is the this, is the that. Nobody talks about his money. If we all spoke about his money, we'll be talking about what he left in terms of money and what his children have done with the money. But nobody's talking about that. There's a time when Mbadiwe was the richest man. There's a time when, people talk about Ojukwu. Nobody speaks about his father. His father was one of the richest men from the East. The richest, had all the money. But people talk about Ojukwu's impact. Everywhere you go, people will all know the name Wole Soyinka. How much does he have? Well, he's a Nobel laureate. We all talk about Fela, his impact. Nobody speaks about Fela's money. So, impactation while doing what you do is very, very prominent, very, very powerful. The reason why you come and I ran here, sir, is because of your impact. Because I remember the good old days. I remember the days past and the impact that you place on the lives of you. Times when you say, okay, if I should look at this stage play, okay, no problem. I run a full quarter page. Give you thank you, sir. Remember, those are impactations. I'm not remembering you for the money that you have given me over. So that's what life is about.